conflict and the spiritual, the family collapse. What I am now introducing to all of you in the beautiful island of Bali, the most happy island in the world according to Club Med in Paris. Please learn to balance the hard rock logic with water logic. I do not hate hard rock logic. In some fundamental area, I myself also use hard rock logic. But be balanced between hard rock logic and water logic. When rock means rock, it is clever people meeting clever people. They argue, I am right, you are wrong. No, I disagree. Those hard rock logic using many times the word but, yes, but, hard rock logic. I disagree. No. Yes, that is hard rock logic. The water logic is different. When water meet water, they never hit each other. They embrace each other. The question is not which is right, which is wrong, and tend to saying I am right, you are wrong. The question is not which is right, which is wrong, but what is the intersection point between the two? I will come into the example later. In England, my friend British in Lancaster, 1 year I spent my whole day in library. No holiday. Even in Sunday I spent my life in library, reading more than 1,000 books. And one of the important books in England I still remember in my head is The Philosophy and the Mirror of Nature. What we call as truth, Richard Rorty, the name of the author. What we call as truth is like broken mirror. I hold certain piece of the mirror, you hold another pieces of the mirror. What hard rock logic tend to confront between my piece of mirror with your piece of mirror. But the water of logic like puzzle. We combine your piece, my piece, your piece, your pieces of mirror, we combine and make it the whole mirror. Now I come into the conclusion. I come into the real practice example. All of us like three blind men who meet the same elephant. Some of you who hold the trunk of the elephant will say this is snake. Some of you who hold the leg of the elephant will say that this is tree. The blind man who hold the body of the elephant will conclude that this is wall. The questions of hard rock logic, which is not only wrong but also dangerous. The questions of hard rock logic, which is right, which is wrong. If the question is which is right, which is wrong, you will come into the wrong. It's like tree, in another part is like the wall. If you combine between the three, there is the possibility you come into the beautiful conclusion that this is elephant. Applause to all of you. To make the idea practical, whenever you have problem with your husband, your wife, your neighbor, parent, whatever, please do not raise the question which is right, which is wrong. That is the questions of hard rock logic. You will grow from one conflict to another conflict. You will grow into one stress, into another depression. Change the question, not which is right, which is wrong. What the question is, what is the thing in common among us? Our religion might be different. Some of you are Indian, some of you are British, some of you are French. Our nationality also different. But we have one thing in common. We all do not want to suffer. We all want to be happy. If we focus on the thing which is common among us, we will experience less conflict, less stress, less depression. And when it comes to the philosophy of the holy water, change the question. Not which is right, which is wrong, but what are the things in common among us? The color of our hair might be different, the color of our clothes might be different, but deep inside, we all want to be happy. If we focus on the thing which is in common among us, there will be less stress, less violence, less conflict, and more happiness, of course. That is philosophy of holy water in daily practice. We are all like three blind men meeting the same elephant. We touch the different body of elephant. As the blind man, the horizon is only as long as their hand. Our horizon is also the same. As long as we read, as long as we experience, limited. Remember, you bring another pieces of broken mirror. I bring another pieces of broken mirror. Please don't risk the question which is right, which is wrong, but how to combine between the two. If you're serious in combining between different pieces of broken mirror, there are possibility you will open the gate of healing, happiness, and peace. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Beautiful! You know, one of the important characteristics to those people who inner seeds of happiness is healthy enough, your best prayer is thank you. Some of you whose seeds of happiness is unhealthy, you never say thank you in your prayer. Please, after meeting me in Bali, remember the most beautiful prayer that I've ever heard. Thank you. Thank you for the world so sweet. Amen. 1, 2, 3. Amen. Beautiful. Now we come into the psychology of the flow, the third aspect of the philosophy of holy water. Emotion is energy in motion. We all have emotion. Even the Buddha, the enlightened being, also have his own emotion. Remember, the material that make human body is contradictory. In certain part, our body mixed by liquid material like water and solid material. Our body is made by earth material. We eat fruit, vegetable, but also come from the sky. The oxygen that we breathe come from burning star. Some of our food also come from the sunshine. See, the material that made our human body is very contradictory. So that's why no matter how perfect your yoga movement is, how deep your meditation, there is always wave inside, especially wave of emotion. But you will be healthy, happy, or holy if you are become the surfer. Stop becoming the wave. Learn to become a surfer. And the board of the surfing is smile. Remember my first message in the beginning? Small things inside can create a lot of big things outside. What is the small change inside can create big change outside. Smile. In meditation we'll learn smile is the most important board that we can use to surf above the wave of emotion. We all have emotion, but you are no longer the wave. You are now the surfer. Whether sad, glad, joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure, they are all just wave. But start from today, stop to become the wave. Learn to become a beautiful surfer. The most beautiful board of surfing is smile. Remember my song in the beginning? Smile, an everlasting smile, a smile that brings you near to me. Don't ever let me find you down, 'cause that will bring a tear to me. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a new story now, my love. Right now, there be no other time, and I can show you how, my love. Applause, beautiful. Smile, smile. Small change inside that can create big change outside. What is the small change inside? Smile, believe me. I'm now 60, together with my wife. 60. And my body and my wife are relatively healthy. And I experience sickness very, very seldom. Very, very seldom. If you are unable to smile outside, at least you smile inside. Smile to your own imperfection. Smile to your own mistakes. Smile to your past guilt, because they are all sources of lesson. That's why, remember, small change inside, smile. Create big change outside. It can be behavior of the people, the quality of the love of our wife and husband, many things. Now, emotion is energy in motion. If you are serious in becoming the surfer of the wave, remember, emotion is a clear mirror of the surrounding energy. Whenever I'm ready to teach, like this morning, I enter this room, meeting all of you, I deeply feel the emotion inside, just to let me know what kind of student that I have now, what kind of the problem that they are facing, and I adjust my teaching in order to bring some light to your inner darkness. Emotion. Emotion is not your enemy, but your most important compass, especially when it comes to the right brain. Emotion is not enemy, but your most important compass. Many dangerous things happen in my life, but the beautiful compass comes from my emotion. Be careful with the people who can make you jealous, especially. Jealous, angry, or revenge. It is a good feedback. Those friends, those people have a completely opposite energy. It will be dangerous if you approach them. Jealous especially is very dangerous. Jealous, anger, revenge. Not bad, but telling you an honest compass. Those people who create the emotion of revenge and anger, jealous, giving feedback, they do not grow in the same direction to you. Go away. Take a healthy distance. But if your emotion tell you that you are happy, peaceful, calm, secure, meaning those people grow in the same direction, having similar energy with you. That is how to read emotion. Do not blame negative emotion like jealous, anger, and revenge. Don't blame. It is just compass. Use it as a feedback. Those people who create revenge to you, jealousy, they grow in the different energy, which is dangerous. But those people who make us feel secure, friendly, or even peace, they vibrate in the same vibration with us. That is how to read the compass of emotion. To make the story deep, what I mean by psychology of the flow, to help you to have flexible brain and compassionate heart. Happiness is like the peak of the tree. Sadness is like the root. And we need both. The problem with the suffering soul, they love happiness, but they want to throw away sadness. That is suffering soul. No matter how perfect your yoga movement is, no matter how deep your meditation, we all experience both happiness and sadness. Peak of the tree, sorrow, the root of the tree. Health, the peak of the tree. Pain, the root of the tree. We need both. It is like the Chinese yin-yang. There is always black and white inside us. But inside the white, there is black. Inside the black, there is white. The Balinese elder call it Rua Binede. I will share to you on another session. Meaning, wholeness. In the terminology of Western mind, it is called wholeness. Some of you who know the famous physicist, his name is Dr. David Bohm. His famous book is Health and the Implicate Order. The conclusion of this book is very beautiful. Health comes from whole. If you want to be healthy, remember, train your mind to be holistic. What exactly I mean by being holistic? Happiness is like the peak of the tree. Sadness is like the root. We need both. As you cannot separate between day and night, winter and summer, you cannot separate between happiness and sadness. It is sadness which makes happiness much deeper later. That is exactly by what I mean by psychology of the flow. Stop hating sadness. Sadness is part of you. Happiness, the peak of the tree. Sadness is the root. And soul need both. When you are able to smile to both happiness and sadness, you are entering the beautiful gate of wisdom. And here is the song of the wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Once again. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Beautiful woman is good, but unbeautiful woman is also good. Because there is unbeautiful woman, that beautiful woman appear to be much more beautiful. Man with a lot of hair is gentleman. Man without hair like me is also gentleman. Because of the person who have no hair like me, the man who have long hair appear to be more handsome. That is what I mean. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When rain fall, duck jump into the pond, chicken hiding under the tree. Both go into different direction, but both are happy as they are. That is the language of wisdom. Kindness is good. Yeah. But those people who both are good, that is the beautiful song of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Words of wisdom, let it be. Now, my story, the philosophy of holy water, into more detail, more daily life detail. I know most of you are practical men and women, don't like about philosophy. Now we talk about the practical aspect of the philosophy. Transforming life into house of Om. Please applause to House of Om. On the path of deep spirituality, there is a wise saying like this: small clay makes small Buddha. Big clay makes big Buddha. Clay, symbol of obstacle, challenge, problem. As a family man, I deeply understand why in the ancient time people are prohibited combining between family life and spiritual life. It is dangerous, hard, very difficult. I myself experienced it already. They are true. If you don't marriage and entering the world of spirituality, meaning you are entering small clay makes small Buddha, you will attain enlightenment. But the quality of the enlightenment is small enlightenment. But if you enter the world of family, like what I did myself, you can pass all the exam, you will follow big clay makes big Buddha. I got married with my wife at the age of 20, very young. Now spending 45 years together. We have 5 grandsons and 3 children. Passing a lot of obstacles. And the most difficult obstacle is healing my youngest son. My youngest son, now he's 27 years old. Within 1 year, he's going to hold a PhD degree from one well-reputed university here. I call him Ram. When he was 7 or 8 years old, he did not want to go to the school, spending the whole time in the room. Every time we raise a question, he did not answer to all the questions. 7 years old son. Big question, what happened? And as a person who learns psychology, I know the characteristic of the people who have mental health problem. My youngest son have mental health problem. I do not blame the school. I do not blame the friends. I do not blame the teacher at school. I simply learn what happened. A lot of obstacles happened in my life. The first obstacle, my youngest son moved to Bali together with my wife, and I live in Jakarta. We can fly to Bali. Beginning of weekend, back to Jakarta. For years, it was very tired. Back and forth, Jakarta, Bali, it was very tired. But as soon as my youngest son graduated from primary school, son, your father is very tired. Go back and forth, Bali and Jakarta. Please return back to Jakarta together with the mom. But less than 1 year back, running away from. Since the problem is very big, the book that I've read, Giving No Answer, my spiritual journey, Giving No Answer, suddenly I whisper one upon a time, may all suffering ripen upon me. May all healing, happiness, and peace belong to all mother sentient being. God, if you need someone who is crazy, don't make my son crazy because he's very young. He will become a burden to Mother Earth for a long time. If you need someone to be crazy, let me the one who is crazy because I am old enough. Thanks God, now Ram is healthy. Within 1 year, he holds a PhD degree from one reputed university. In short, here is the medicine: sacrifice, suffering, and surrender. I did a lot of sacrifice to my family, my youngest son and my wife. Okay, sacrifice 1, sacrifice 2, sacrifice 2, 3, suffering 1, suffering 2, suffering 3, until at the end there is only one, surrender. And thanks God, I can heal my son, I can heal my wife, and first of all, I can heal myself. The message to all of you, if you are sincere in healing the others, the first one who is completely healed is you yourself. If you are sincere to heal the others, the first one who is healed is you yourself. That is the lesson that I got from healing my son and my wife. The medicine is simple. Sacrifice, suffering, and surrender. Some of you who learn Tantra already know the most beautiful message in Tantra is where and when you hear the sound of Om. After the very long journey of healing my youngest son, healing my wife, once upon a time, I hear the sound of the Om in the inner temple. The Balinese call it Puradalam. That is the holy shrine of the Shiva. In the middle of the night, no one. There is only one servant far back behind me. I am still standing as I am ready to put the incense in one corner of the inner temple, Puradalam. Suddenly, in the middle of the night, in inner temple, Puradalam, there is the sounds of Om, Om. One day, when I do prostration, like Surya Namaskar, that what you do in yoga, I do prostration to my guru in ashram. I thought at that day I die already, because in the front door there is big snake. Above the roof there is long and big snake come. The door, snake. Above the room, in the roof also big snake. I keep continuing my prostration. But within less than 5 minutes, the long and big snake forming the holy syllable of Om. Meaning what? Sacrifice, suffering, surrender, open the gate of the holy. Shakti is the consort, is the energy. When you always bring pure awareness to the movement of energy, that is enlightenment. Applause to all of you. Let me repeat once again. This is the message that I got because I heard the sacred Om syllable in the inner temple, the Puradalam. Shiva means pure awareness. Shakti, the consort, means energy. If you bring pure energy to pure awareness, to all movement of energy, that is enlightenment. And who opened the gate of enlightenment? Deep and long suffering. That's what I mean today by transforming life into house of Om. As long as you sacrifice, suffer, and surrender, if you are blessed, you will be able to hear the syllable of Om in the nature. The place depends on the feedback of you. That is what I mean, transforming life into house of Om. And it is not coincidence. The first occasion I present this beautiful idea of philosophy of holy water, the host is house of Om, because my personal life is the story of transforming house of Om. What is the daily activity of the person who enlightened? As you cannot separate water with wet, you cannot separate flower with beauty, you cannot separate enlightenment with love. To the unenlightened people, love is an obligation. It is the orders of Holy Scripture. But to the enlightened being, love is your natural nature. As natural as water which is wet, as natural as flower which is beautiful. I don't know but I believe that something I'm meant to be. It's you make a better me. Every day I love you. I never thought that dream came true, but you showed me that day too. You know that I learned something new. Say it together. Every day I love you. Make it louder. Every day I love you. Repeating the previous message. As you cannot separate water with wet, flower with beauty, you cannot separate enlightened with love. To the unenlightened being, love is the order of Holy Scripture. It is an obligation. But as soon as you open the gate of home, transforming life into house of home, love becomes your natural nature. As natural as water which is wet, as natural as flower which is beautiful. I found this longest research on happiness conducted by Harvard. I smile because I practice it already with my wife, my children, and my grandson, and also together with the spiritual family of compassion. To make the story short, the most important characteristic of the people who can enjoy long, healthy, and happy life, they have the best quality of relationship with the surrounding people. The keyword is quality. The quality of relationship. So that's why me and my wife, we are relatively healthy and happy. Even though we belong to the club of the 60. I have 3 children. Both of them grow well, above my expectation. I have 5 grandsons. All of them make me happy. And the most important thing, because I spent more than 30 years of my life focusing on the quality of the relationship with the surrounding people. Today I share to you, I have 2 families. The first one is my biological family, my wife, 3 children, 5 grandsons. I have the second family, which is the spiritual family of compassion. And their loyalty, beyond words, I cannot explain, beyond words, above my expectation. When I did career suicide at the age of 39, stopped my career in the corporate world, begin my spiritual journey, I couldn't imagine at that time I will have the second family. The loyalty is above my expectation. And the most important reason behind, because I focus on the quality of relationship. Some of my beautiful friends in spiritual family of compassion, they have this kind of problem, another kind of problem, the problematic life, suffering, another, all of it about imperfection. But I personally embrace them. We all have imperfection, include me. Include me. I embrace all of their imperfection. Nyoman have this imperfection, Pak Adi, Pak Darwin, they all have imperfection. But the beautiful things about the spiritual family of compassion, we accept each other. That is the most luxurious thing that we have here. So that's why their loyalty is beyond words. In the language of Harvard Studies on Adult Development, focus on the quality of relationship. And it is possibly happen if you combine between flexible brain and compassionate heart. I forgot to explain to you, there are 4 chambers in the heart. In the brain, there's left, right, and the most important thing is flexible brain. In the heart, there are 4 chambers of the heart. The first one which is dangerous is the crying baby within. You keep complaining. You put yourself as the victim and the others as enemy. You are good, your immature parent is bad. There is crying baby within. The chamber of the heart which keep poisoning yourself. Complaining, blaming, seeing the others as enemy. Dangerous. Say goodbye. The crying baby within. The second chamber of the heart is compassionate heart. Compassionate heart. Like the heart that belongs to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I am following him. Lessen the other's suffering. That is compassionate heart. So that's why many people who met His Holiness Dalai Lama for the first time, many people cried, include me. It is because the vibrations of the compassionate heart. The compassionate heart keep asking inside, what is the suffering of the others and how my presence can lessen the other suffering. Compassionate heart. What happened to Mahatma Gandhi is courageous heart. As long as it is true, as long as it is right according to me, I have no fear at all. So that's why Mahatma Gandhi can make the people of India enjoy freedom from the British colony. It is about a courageous heart. And Nelson Mandela belonged to wise heart. Crying baby, compassionate heart, courageous heart, and wise heart. Nelson Mandela. What is wise heart? Seeing things as they are. Like my previous song, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. That's about wise heart. We can focus on the quality of relationship if we have flexible brain and compassionate heart. This is the summary of my presentation. The gate of healing, happiness, peace are open when you learn to flow. What I mean by the art of flowing, combining between flexible brain and compassionate heart. Loving heart, if you like. That is the most important conclusions about my presentation. In our time, the most important medicine is happiness. It is hard to imagine there is happiness if you have rigid brain. It is hard to imagine, not saying impossible. But it is easier to find the inner medicines of happiness if you have flexible brain and compassionate heart. Now we are in the Ubud. Ubud means Ubad. Ubad in English is medicine. The most important reason why millions of people come to Ubud and accessing the energy of medicine in Ubud, because the meaning of Ubud is medicine. For your information, the locations of Ubud is in the middle of Bali. Meaning, if you want to be well connected with the spirit of Ubud, remember to grow in the middle. How to grow in the middle? Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of love, let it be. Happiness, as the most important medicines of our time, is more probable happen in our life if we have flexible brain and loving heart. Longest conversation, like you and me, today, we may have only 2 hours conversation. No matter how expensive the tariff of medical doctor, psychologist, there is longer conversation, or even the longest conversation. It is the conversation between you and yourself. And I call it as the most important conversation. The problem with the suffering soul, the inner conversation is very poisoning. Why me? What mistake that I have committed? In the moment of sadness, is there any God? That is the question, inner conversation that keep poisoning. And my inner conversation is very beautiful. I never blame myself. I never judge myself. There are some gata. Gata means inner mantra. Whenever I forgot something, I said to myself, it's okay, old man, it's okay. That is my inner conversation. Another time I forgot to bring something. I whisper to myself, it is not only mindfulness is a Buddha, forgetfulness is also Buddha. Buddha with another gift, the gift of exercise. Because of forgetting something, I walk many steps back to my room, exercise. I never blame myself, I never judge myself. It is okay, my friend. It is okay. Even the Buddha committed a lot of mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes. And whenever I come to the mirror, I meet the most wholesome person the way you are. Let me repeat together. I love you just the way you are. I love you just the way you are. Applause to all of you. And your inner conversation, which is the longest conversation, will be healthy again if you have flexible brain and loving heart. That is the practical implications of philosophy of holy water. Remember my mantra, it's okay, old man. Whenever you make mistake, whisper to yourself, it's okay. All people made their own mistake. Mistake is not punishment. They are abundant source of lesson. Remember, whenever you come to the mirror, we sing the song together. I love you just the way you are. Like the beautiful lyric of Bob Marley. Don't worry about the things. Every single thing will be all right. Another mantra, which makes your inner conversation will be much healthier. Don't worry about the things, and every single thing will be all right. Applause, House of Om. Flexible brain in daily holding the trunk, you are holding the body. Don't raise the question which is right, which is wrong. The question is what is the thing in common among us. That is flexible brain in daily life. Do not easily judge the others. Do not easily blame the others. Do not judge people based on their own past. They no longer live in the past. Remember the beautiful analogy. We are like three blind men holding the different parts of the same elephant. The right question is what is the thing in common among us? We all do not want to suffer. We all want to be happy. That is flexible brain in daily life. Compassionate heart in daily life. Repeating my previous message, whenever I meet everyone, include every animal, my inner question is, what is the suffering of the others and how my presence can lessen the other suffering, at least not creating the new suffering. That is compassionate heart in daily life. So that's why I have a very loyal student, the loyalty above my imagination. I have a very loyal wife, spending together 45 years together. And the most important thing is about the quality of compassionate heart. If you know the law of attraction, if you are garden, butterfly will come. If you have compassionate heart, you will attract a lot of beautiful people. It is hard to imagine that dolphin will come to the garden. Hard to imagine. But the beautiful being who often come to the beautiful garden is beautiful butterfly. Compassionate heart is like beautiful garden. We keep inviting the coming of beautiful friend, beautiful heart, beautiful soul. I don't know what I believe. There's something I'm meant to be. It's you make a better me. Together? Every day I love. Wise heart in daily life. Learn to see things as they are. The problem with education in university and school, we separate light between right and wrong, true and false, black and white. It is only the way brain understands reality. It is not the true reality. The true reality, things are perfect as they are. Beautiful woman is good. Unbeautiful woman also good. Men with long hair are handsome. Men with no hair like me also handsome. Applause to all of you. Wise heart. Seeing things as they are. Wise heart in daily life. The inner fountain of gratitude. It is far easier to meet the inner fountain of gratitude if you combine between flexible brain and loving heart. And the beautiful song about inner fountain of gratitude. Let's sing together. This is the song that enables us to meet the inner fountain of gratitude. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the most beautiful prayer that I've ever heard. Thank you. Thank you saying to the brain that everything is okay. As a result, the brain does not need to release stress hormone like cortisol. But the brain will release more positive hormone like dopamine and oxytocin. So that's why I never tired to sing this song in my daily life. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. If you want a deeper message, the intersection point between body, mind, and spirit is in the biochemical reactions of the brain. Let me repeat once again. This is a very deep message. Very deep message. Yeah, the intersection point between body, mind, and spirit is the biochemical reactions of the brain. But if you have deep gratitude, the biochemical reactions of your brain will be very positive. It heals body, mind, and spirit. So that's why if you have a moment of praying, please don't forget to whisper the most beautiful prayer that I've ever heard. Thank you. Thank you, whispering to the brain. Everything is okay. As a result, brain does not release too much cortisol hormone, stress hormone, but releasing more positive hormone like dopamine and oxytocin. Finally, the body, mind, spirit release a lot of medicine inside. You don't need outer medicine if your biochemical reaction is good because of inner fountain of gratitude. Family is a harness mirror. I keep saying to my close students, if you want to see the spiritual attainment of certain spiritual master, look at their family. If you want to see the soul journey after death, look at the family. Because family is a harness mirror of our spiritual attainment. So that's why I keep bringing my close students back to the family. Take good care of the family. In our cycle of time, the social unit which can save our spiritual journey is family. And when it comes to the family, the message of Holy Scripture is true. Whatever the question, love is the answer. Whatever the wound, love is the healer. I never thought that dream came true, but you showed me what. If you deeply practice between flexible brain and compassionate heart, this is the mantra of the enlightened. I have arrived. I am home. See? Look deeper. How the English language called the now. The now in English language is called the present, meaning the gift. You can be happy not in the future, but in the now. Many questions. Let me answer your question in short. Guruji, my sister is suffering, addicted to drugs, has serious mental health issue. I know I cannot help someone unless they are ready to help themselves. But we are karmically connected. If I don't help her, then she might die. People tell me to let her. But I believe I can do something more to share her life, show her love inside. What is your advice? I feel I cannot heal when she is in so much pain. I carry her pain. What do I do? Thank you. Beautiful question. Applause. Let me speak directly from my own personal experience, because I was able to heal my youngest sons. Now 27, a clever son, holding PhD degree within 1 year, and also healing my wife because of panic, dealing with my youngest son. The first gift that we can give to the close person who have mental illness, the first gift, it is acceptance. Accepting her as she is. Do not judge. If your mind is completely accept her, in silence you give her medicine. Complete acceptance. That's the first gift. That is the medicine that I give to my son. Complete acceptance. Son, suppose that one day you are crazy, but I still love you. Suppose that you will become a failed man one day. It's okay. I will love you. You will become my perfect teaching of love. Strangely, after I accept my son unconditionally, the first person who is healed, me, myself. The first gift, accepting unconditionally. The second practice of that the second spiritual medicine that you can give to your sister, Tonglen. I did a lot of Tonglen to my youngest son. Tonglen. Tonglen means take the suffering yourself and give him the energy. In breath, like now, I do Tonglen to all of you. In breath, I take your suffering. Out breath, I give you the energy of healing. In breath, I take your suffering. Out breath, I give you the energy of healing. I did countless Tonglen practice to my son. And that Tonglen practice make me infected by coronavirus 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I got infected by coronavirus, hospitalized for 3 weeks. I nearly died because of 3 weeks coronavirus. But the medicines of total surrender can make release. Tonglen, the second medicine to your sister, Tonglen. Take the suffering and give the energy. In breath, take the suffering. Out breath, give the medicine. If you had bad dream or bad mood, meaning that you give your sister the medicines of Tonglen. The first one, acceptance. Second one, Tonglen. In breath, take the suffering. Out breath, give the medicine. I did it for years, and it heals my son. The third one, as more practical medicine, listening without judging. That is a very important medicine. Listen to your sister without judging. Listening without the intentions of changing. That is very healing. I have been listening to my son for years. Son, what do you need? Just in case you need something, let me know. Okay, Pa. Okay, listen. Listening without any intentions of blaming or improving. Listening for the sake of the listening. That is all. And above all, it is about love. Use your sister as the best teacher of love. And miracle that can happen not only to your sister but also to yourself. The following question, because my time is limited. In many Vedic sources has written that a person should not be attached to something or someone. Otherwise, it can lead to suffering. I'm like school. At the beginning, we need pleasure as medicine. We need, something that make our body joyful at the beginning. It's primary, junior high school, primary, senior high school. But as you grow old, postgraduate degree or PhD degree, learn to release your attachment. In my case, the beautiful path is meditation. The bad, smile. The good, smile. The pleasure, smile. The pain, also smile. If you practice for years meditation, I call it smileful meditation, one day the grip of attachment will be loosening, and one day say goodbye to all attachment. Meditation is the step that I'm recommending to you. How do we know if we are going in a good direction in life? First of all, the quality of your health, your body. The second one, the balance of your emotion. The third one, the peacefulness of your mind. Remember, the people of yoga like you go from the right direction. Beautifying the mind by beautifying the body. Okay, the people of meditation like me come from the left direction. Beautifying the body by beautifying the mind. Both are true. And the most honest feedback about good spiritual life, look at the health of your body. Look at the balance of your emotion. Look at the peacefulness of your mind. Namaste. Why I'm a woman? Wow. This is problematic question. Because if you keep rejecting the fact that you are a woman, that kind of inner conversation keeps sending poison inside. Be thankful that you are a woman. Remember, in Buddhism, there is Goddess Kuan Yin, the enlightened woman. In Hinduism, there is Shakti. Both man and woman are equal in the face of God. Please don't raise a question why I am a woman. Be thankful that you are a woman. Applause. Please don't raise a question why I am a woman. Be thankful that you are a woman. Like I said in the beginning, why Mother Earth is burning like this? The energy is too masculine. What we need is not masculine energy. It is the feminine energy. And the feminine energy, it is closer to the energy of a woman, not man like me. Please be thankful that you are a woman. How to sustain a positive mindset when life seems difficult to deal with? Much love, Guruji. Focus on the lesson, not the punishment. If you have problem, don't see problem as punishment, as God punishment. See problem as the source of lesson. Again, my answer is short but deep. Don't focus on the punishment. Focus on the lesson. Even the worst people can give you the lesson. Even the worst people can give you a blessing if you focus on the lesson. In life, there is always positive side. What can we all do to make safe planet Earth is hosted and stop being destroyed? Okay, this question is quite pessimistic, but I'm an optimistic man. I learned from one of the famous psychologists. One of the famous psychologists in our time is named Japanese man, Michio Kaku. You can search in YouTube a lot of presentation about the future of Mother Earth. First of all the problematic industry which create a lot of carbon on Earth will be removed in Starship. The plan has been done. 2035 will be removed. The rich people like the owner of Google, Yahoo, Elon Musk have a plan. 2035. We will send a robot to Starship and remove all the toxic industry. And that one robot will it becomes self-replicating robot. Within 1-2 years, will remove. Lot of problem. The best medical doctor is no longer available in the hospital, but in the toilet. Because the future toilet will be full of cheap and advanced technology. As soon as you have urine or poo in the toilet will whisper, your blood sugar is too high. You have a potential infected by cancer within 10 years. The car, within 20 years, we will have flying car. One of the famous physicists, his name is Dr. Nassim Haramein, have found in his laboratory a tool that can make the gravity zero. That is the seeds of flying car. And at that time, carbon is no longer a problem. My answer to you, what can we all do to make planet Earth? Be optimistic. There is always solution to all problems. There is always solution to all problems. Fight or surrender to ego. Well, it depends on how mature you are. If you are still immature, you'll need a lot of growth. Fight is the best answer. That's the way you learn to grow. But as you grow mature, your age above 40, learn to surrender. Just in my case, I learned my son, my wife, sacrifice, suffering, surrender. How do we deal with other people with rock logic, water logic? Remember, those people who have rock logic, they are suffering inside. Whenever I meet people who create suffering to me, like blaming question, attacking question, my answer is simple. I'm not interested in answering your question. I'm more interested in healing your wound. Because behind your critical question is wounded soul. Please, I'm not interested in answering your question. I'm much more interested in healing your soul wound. How to heal your soul wound? Forgiving. And the first step in forgiving is forgiving your inability to forgive. The second one is forgiving the others who harm you. Because those people who harm you, they also suffer even worse. If you see that there is deeper suffering behind the person who made you suffer, compassionate heart will open. And you can easily forgive. That is the lesson. Because of this question, I remember one of my beautiful story. Below 29 years old, I have a problem with my self-confidence. I was very shy. I look at the other's eyes very seldom because I have lack of self-confidence. Until at the age of 29, I met one of Chinese friend in Jakarta. He looked at my nose in different way. Hey, why, brother? Why do you look at my nose in that way? Your nose is the most hawking nose that I've ever seen. From that time, I recover from my self-confidence. The reason why? In childhood, there are a lot of my childhood friends who keep judging about the form of my nose. See, your nose is like the nose of the horse. See, the whole of your nose is too big. If you take deep breath, I will be pulled by your breath. You know, that stories in childhood make me having lack of confidence until the age of 29. But thanks God, I met an angel in Jakarta, a Chinese friend, who make a conclusion. Your nose is the most lucky nose that I've ever seen. Big applause to all of you. The lesson, the most important is the lesson. If you are able to see the positive sides of your worst life, recover heaven. The worst part of my life in young age, form of nose. I keep blaming to the person in the mirror. What is my mistake, God? I have this kind of nose. A lot of my friends in childhood keep judging me because of this nose. Because of this nose, I have no girlfriend. I have no confidence to approach a girlfriend because one day she will realize that I have mistake in my, Thanks God, the angel, Chinese friend, this is the most lucky nose that he have ever seen. Thank you, good friend. Okay. Which is the best way to get a flexible brain? Keep practicing. Like riding bicycle. Riding bicycle. Your practice is your best friend. Whenever you have a problem, remember to see problem from the other's point of view. You are left-brainer who come to the garden counting the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, forget counting. Learn to feel the vibration. If you are the quantitative people, like loving math, statistics, learn to be soft. That is the flexible brain in daily life. Guruji, how to make my mother understand she is not my child but mother, and show her the life. It is beautiful. Keep calm in the same time. Do not be too eager to change the other. Change your heart. If you are too eager to change the others, especially your mother, conflict will happen. Because mother will say, I'm older than you. My suggestion, don't be too eager to change the others. Change yourself. As soon as you change yourself, takes me away from my family, worldly life. I love my family so much. Be balanced and be patient as well. As I said before, I said one of my beautiful years in England. In England, the wise said, people begin at 40. 40 years old, that is the turning point. Before 40, concentrate on material life. Concentrate on worldly life. That's happened to my life as well. Before 40, make yourself rich outside. But above 40, make yourself rich inside. The turning point is 40. If at the age of 40, you are not interested in spirituality, you will lose all the spiritual journey. The turning point is 40 years old. Before 40, okay, go on with worldly life. But after 40, begin the long journey of spirituality. It will save your soul journey. Be flexible. How do you see Indonesia, the world with all the noise and happening? What is the best advice to overcome all the noise? Oh, noise. Well, peace is not the absence of the noise. Peace is the ability to smile to all the noise. If you want to eliminate all the noise in the world, not only in Indonesia, in every corner of the world there will be noise. Please make a note. Peace is not the absence of noise. Peace is the sincerity to smile to all noise. Oh, it's a beautiful suksma saying thank you. Oh. Applause to the suksma. Smile. What advice do you have for someone who is full of anger and sadness? Okay, look at the suffering behind. As I said before, those people who are angry make you suffer. They are also suffer even worse. If you focus on their guilt, their mistake, anger will appear. If you focus on their suffering, compassion will appear. Change the focus, not their own mistake, but their own suffering. What advice do you have for someone who is afraid to try new things? Well, practice. You know, the best teacher is you. There are some parts of life that cannot learn from reading the book or attending seminar like this. There are many parts of life that you can learn if you directly learn from the practice. The answer is practice, practice, practice. Learn to grow in the environment who can water the seeds of your courage, not the seeds of fear. The last question. Thank you for the wisdom you have shared with us. I want to ask for a blessing for women, everything life right now inside of them. And according to your spiritual path and belief, what advice would you give to someone who is pregnant? Wow, applause, beautiful. First of all, be thankful that you are a woman. This is very honest, come from deeply from my deepest heart. The most important reason why we have a very chaotic age, because the energy of the people is too masculine. We need the balancing energy. That is sacred feminine. That sacred feminine is just God because you are a woman. And the best advice to you who are pregnant, having a beautiful conversation with your baby inside. Treat the baby inside as if he or she is a wise girl or boy. Having a beautiful conversation. Thank you, son. Thank you, my daughter, for reincarnating through me. You are my best teacher of love. Everything that happened to you, I will love you unconditionally. That is kind of conversation, the best conversation that you have with your baby with it. Put him and her as your best teacher of love. Because if you have problem with your employer, you have a choice to move to another place of work. If you have problem with husband and wife, there's the options of divorce. But if you have problems with your children, you have no choice of running away. The best choice is to love him or her unconditionally. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sang. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you from the deepest part of my heart to the house of home for giving us the chance to share the beautiful light that flowing through me. Hopefully, it will dispel the certain part of your inner darkness. Thank you. Just in case you want this. Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So my name is Wissam. I'm the founder of House of Om. With all gratitude and gratefulness, I'm so grateful for your presence, for your love and compassion. Thank you so much for coming. And I'd like to share with you a little song from us. Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.